Cus D'Amato can be seen from a great distance, especially when the sun is shining, because his head shines. Cus D'Amato, the genius of boxing. He knows all about boxing. He can tell you about all the fighters, from the first fighter up unto myself. He don't look like a boxing coach or boxing manager. He's a conservative looking fella. He looks like a senator or congressman. He's the Bible of boxing. Plus, he's ugly. Say, Cus, I was just wondering, you know, if I have to find me a new trainer. Somebody told me you didn't work for salary.
Me? Work for salary? Me?
I mean, what's wrong with a salary?
Me? I don't work for salary. I'm no worker. I'm not an employee.
I could get you $150 a week.
Me? $150 a week? Me?
$250 a week. That's the best I could do.
You couldn't give me $250 a minute, much less by the week. I don't work for salary.
That's pretty good money.
Well, then you take the job.
I'm the employer.
You're my employer. You, my employer. The only thing you could hope to be is my partner.
$300 a week.
I wouldn't care if you give me $300 a minute.
$350 a week.
$350 a minute, I wouldn't even take it. A minute, never mind a week. A minute, I wouldn't take it.
We're not going to get along.
That's right. I agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, walking into the ring from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
That's the fellow they call the heavyweight champ of the world, huh?
I watched the progress of this fighter, beginning with the Olympic trials, and also the performances in professional prize ring. I noticed, of course, the one quality which he had from the beginning, which also expresses his character and personality, a very aggressive, constantly moving and well-conditioned, fast, consistent punching fighter.
I think this is going to make the boxing public much more hungry for a real title fight, because they're getting sick and tired of Joe Frazier fighting all these little old Mexicans that can't fight, and Dave Zigowitz, who shouldn't be in the Golden Gloves, not good enough for the finals, and something calling that the world title. This has been little into the great sport of Americans' pride sport of boxing. We need some real title fights. Not no religious and political and racial title, but we need some real title fights. You go to see a heavyweight title fight now, you got fellas in the audience, they can beat the champion.
I ain't bothering him, don't he bother me. Hey, I don't pity on nobody when I climb through the ring. I'm not saying it's because I would whip Jimmy Ellis, but I whip a whole lot of them guys. When they climb through the ring, I pity on not my brother. I go out there to take him out.
These boxing authorities, people who will rank Joe Frazier over me and rank him the champion when I've never been beat. I have the belt in my living room that John L. Sullivan had, Jack Dempsey, Rocky Marciano, Gene Tooney, Jack Johnson. Traditionally, I have the real belt. And for Joe Frazier to be a champion, he's got to beat me. See, those eliminations were only imitations. He's not the real champion. And I'll prove that he's not the real champion. See, Joe Frazier's just the kind of target that a good boxer like myself wants. He don't duck, his head is always open, he's flat-footed, he don't move. I'll have a picnic with him.
Now, he's boxing now. Manuel Ramos, the heavyweight champion of Mexico, was considered a very powerful puncher.
Well, this heavyweight that's fighting Frazier, he could take the advantage of that height and long legs if he could just step around a little more. If you notice, he gets on the ropes. Ooh, he just about got Frazier. Frazier would have failed if he could fall upright. Frazier was shook. Did you see him almost knock Frazier down?
Well, he hurt
Frazier's
him.
in trouble if he was just accurate with his punches. Frazier's a little cut.
Well, Frazier seems to have the attitude that, I didn't think he could do that.
I think Manuel Ramos just tagged Joe Frazier.
Just tag him with the right hand, too.
Frazier's powerful, knowing how hard he hits. He leaves himself too open. He stands there and trade punches as if to say, well, you know, you're not going to hit me. And
no, I think somewhat differently. I think
really don't know how Frazier beat the man. This is the first time I saw this film, but I bet you it's in close. I bet you.
No, what happens is this man, Ramos, is throwing left hooks, and he drops his right hand as he hooks, and Frazier hooks simultaneous
didn't drop his
and hits
right
him on the
hand, he
chin.
can't block
You'll
all the
watch.
punches.
This is how he'll hit him because he's waiting for this.
Inside.
Frazier has now seen that this is a regular practice.
I think I'm a little too good for the whole sport. From watching this thing, this is no match here. I would play with both of these kids.
That may very well be, but don't make a mistake with Joe Frazier.
Oh, man, what are you talking about? I thought you was a boxing scholar. Look at the punches, Frazier. Look at him trading punches. The man's not as tall as me, not as fast or scientific in no way. You're telling me now that I couldn't whip this man easier than Frazier's getting to him?
Well, that will have to be determined in a ring.
Well, I'm sick and tired.
Well, you cannot hit me in front of all these witnesses. I'm going to provoke you. I'm going to provoke you into throwing a punch that's going to cost you $1 million.
Who's going to collect it?
I.
Your beneficiary. That's the last thing I would do is to stand right there
This
and
I
try
believe.
to slug. I bet you if he gets up, he won't move. Look at him right now. Right now, that's wrong.
He's going to get knocked out again, knocked down
right,
again.
I can tell it, and I haven't even saw it. He's in danger right now, trading punches like that with Joe Frazier. That's what Frazier won't. Frazier couldn't fight if you box him. That's why Frazier can whoop him, because he's doing that. That's why Frazier's having a good time now. Both of them trading punches and slugging each other. That's what Frazier wants. You see, Frazier's arms are short, and he don't have no kind of footwork or no time or the rhythm, no boxing skill. This is what he wants. He's punching a punching bag now. If the man get on his toes and do some of that Sugar Ray Robinson stuff, Joe Frazier would be a kid and an amateur. I don't know why these fighters, I guess I'm just the only one to think like this. They seem to be so slow.
They think like that, but the punches stun their heads. They stun themselves, or they are stunned by the blow, and they don't think fast. Or they don't think, period.
Ain't that awful? Let me go home. Ain't no more fighters today. Like, never was none. You mean I'm the only fighter in the history of boxing that really could fight and move? I won't put his hand down. Let me get to Joe Frazier. Do you think that I could whip Joe Frazier, even considering my layoff? Do you think I can whip Joe Frazier?
Well, since your style of fighting is dependent on split-second timing, speed, coordination, as well as power, your reflexes will have suffered because of inactivity of 3 years. And in my opinion, the outcome would be very much in doubt. And I think there'll be a great many people who are willing to pay to see such a fight who will agree with me, that will come to see that fight. Only because they think...
Thinking I have a chance to get beat?
Not a chance. They believe you will get
Who?
beat.
Frazier with me?
The public will believe that because you have been
I'll
out.
talk to you later. Let me show you something.
You'll have to prove it in the ring. Not with words.
And not with an old man, right?
And not with an old man.
Well,
Exactly.
I'm gonna show you something. You should see what I'm trying to say now. And you know Joe Frazier's style, don't
Yes,
you?
I think I do.
About like that, right? Now,
that.
now short arms. Well, hold it now. He don't move that fast.
That's the way he moves.
No, he don't move that
He
fast.
does.
Now look, this is all I have to do to Joe
That's
Frazier.
true.
Come on in. I'm not gonna.
You're
hit
not going to hit
I'm not
me,
gonna hit
Mr.
you.
Champion.
Come on in. I'm not gonna hit you. I'm just.
I
gonna
think
show
you want to get even with
I'm
me.
not gonna hit you. Come here. Let me show you. This is what I'll do with Joe Frazier. Just jab, jab, keep my distance. Jab, jab. Bop,
Bop. And when he does that,
no, he's not that good. I'm
Yes,
telling you,
he
he's a
is.
slugger.
I'm an old man. If I could do it, he
I'm
can do
talking
it.
about Joe Frazier.
All right.
Hold it now, jab, jab. See, you're the scholar of boxing.
Don't give me that
See,
stuff.
pop, 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 pop. No, he's not that fast, I'm telling you. Joe Frazier don't fight like this.
Yes,
He's
he
too slow.
does.
He's his
Now
way.
he does.
His way to fight. This is Joe Frazier fighting me. punches around. See, this is Joe Frazier. He's trying to duck him. What he's doing, he's catching him, see. And a real boxer, this is nothing but a target for a man who can stay on his toes, who can stick him. Like stay off range when he don't want to punch. When he's ready to punch, move in. Stick. That's what you do a man like Joe Frazier. Back off of him. Just keep boxing style. There's nowhere in the world for a man that don't have no footwork to catch me. So even a welterweight. But keep your camera moving, because I'm kind of fast. Keep your camera moving. Lightweight's not this fast. Plus, I'm talking to him. I'm making him frustrated. Come on, chum. You're not no champ. Look at you, you're losing. You lost 3 rounds already. Come on now, I hit you 4 times. This world's a man. And you gonna tell me that I can't still do this?
Well, you'll have to prove that in the ring. This is Joe Frazier boxing Jerry Quarry.
It looked like Quarry's coming right out on him. I mean, used him in Quarry's fight and he backs up. I mean, it looks like he's gonna try to prove a point tonight. He's fighting Frazier's fight.
Well, that's true. As a matter of fact, he's doing something that his feelings tell him to do instead of doing something his mind and his experience tell him to do.
He should move. Why is he just standing there slugging it out?
He's not boxing like a professional.
Because when he fought Thad Spencer, he stuck, he moved, he jabbed, he moved.
I agree.
Look at him. He's still fighting so fast. What's he trying to do?
He's trying to match a man who's superior in that department, and he's got to take second money. He's going to fold up. Watch.
Look at him now, almost toe-to-toe fighting Frazier,
Yeah,
punch to punch.
Right. He's not going to last.
That's right, he can't last.
He's not going to last.
The way they're punching right now, how can you keep that? This is a 15-round fight, right? How can you keep this on 15 rounds?
Frazier would keep it up for 15 rounds. The other fellow couldn't.
That's the trouble. He should know. Frazier, that's his style.
Frazier will catch up to him sooner or later.
He said, I'm not going to back up 1 inch. He said,
I thought he was saying it for publicity.
Yeah.
I had no idea he'd do a thing like that.
Well, look at him.
You want to know something, Muhammad?
He's staying within range, and Frazier's powerful and close. Right long through now, Frazier's a little winded. See, Frazier's right now, Frazier's a little good start himself. Right now, he should start dancing and jabbing and moving.
If he did that, we'd find out a lot of things. I would. Quarry is fighting like an animal. He's